Hi, my name is Ben. Welcome to the Pathless Way. I am on a journey of self-discovery through spirituality, life, and all that is. This channel is a reflection of my experience on this journey. Thank you for your presence. What is truth? This is a very tricky question, but if you were to think deeply about it and give an answer, it should be something constant, something that will remain the same and stand the test of time. Something true today will be true tomorrow and 1,000 years from now. You see, truth shouldn't have a shade, a tint, or be partly true. It should just be true, the whole truth. And yet, there are many versions of truths. It could be as many as the number of people that witnessed it. Perception is the lens that we use to view reality. This perception has been shaped by our genes, our parents, our environment, the people we grew up with, the school we went to, the people we hang around with, the music we listen to, our goals, desires, name it. There could be countless variables that affect our perception, and the way our perception is set up is unique to everyone. So when we look at reality, we all interpret it differently according to our perception, and hereby see different things, which becomes our truth. Granted, there are some people who will consciously choose to lie. We are not talking about those. But because your truth is different from others, doesn't mean their truth is not valid to them, or at the present moment of their life, your truth is better than theirs. If, for example, there was an incident and there were 10 witnesses to the occurrence, if you interviewed all 10, you will get 10 different accounts of what happened. All 10 will give different accounts of what happened according to how they perceived the incident. They would have all said their truth. Let me share a conversation I had with two people about drugs. I was discussing with a mother of two teenagers about the use of recreational drugs, and she expressed that it is not good because it messes up the brain's chemistry of youths, and that she had heard a lot of cases where people get addicted, which in turn ruin their life. She also had an experience of a secondhand smoke of marijuana. She doesn't like the way she felt after. So her view was, if this can be potentially harmful and ruin someone's life, then people should not be allowed to use recreational drugs freely. My take on the matter was, like most things, the inherent use of drugs is not good or bad, but depends on the person using it. For anything that you do too much of or use wrongly is going to lead to negative consequences, and that I know there are cases of abuse and degradation of cognitive functions, but also there have been use cases for relaxation and other health benefits. The third person joined the conversation. We asked for his take on the matter. His opinion was that even though he doesn't use drugs or drink alcohol, he approves of some substances and not others. He believes that everyone should have a vice, that is, some kind of escape. This story shows the perception of three people on recreational drugs and speaking their truth. If all three of us interchange and live the life of the other, we would probably arrive at the same conclusions. This whole truth conundrum is a classic case of absolute versus relative. There is an absolute truth, that is, the event that occurred, and there is a relative truth, that is, how the witnesses perceived its occurrence. In the book, The Kybalion, the author said, absolute truths are things as the mind of God knows them, while the relative truth are things as the highest reason of man can understand them. On the physical plane, there can't be such a thing as an objective truth because of the different lenses of all individual witnesses. One truth doesn't have more rights than the other. To discredit one truth is to discredit all truths. This is why there will always be relative truths. What is happening is that the many individual witnesses are seeing different parts of the whole. They are all right from a certain point of view, but there are higher truths, that is, truths that encompasses more truths. These truths are seen from a larger point of view, so they see more truths from the whole than others with a smaller point of view. The way consciousness works is with frequencies and vibrations. Let us represent that with a wave. In the Kybalion, the author said that what we call God is vibrating at a very rapid rate that it is practically at rest. Let's represent that with a straight line. We can also call this the truth, the absolute truth. You can see that depending on the frequency of vibration of the individuals, that is, their level of consciousness, they can perceive more of the truth or less of the truth, which is shown by the number of times their waves is touching the straight line. To bring this home, let us use the flashlight analogy. If you are in the darkness with a flashlight in your hand, that is your consciousness, wherever you focus your flashlight, you can see the area relative to the size of your flashlight. Say a second person was present with a slightly bigger flashlight than yours and points to the same direction. They will see everything you saw and some more. If you say you saw this and that, you will respond, yes, that is true, but you missed a few things. You missed those ones right next to this and that. Remember, the first person can only see the area that flashlights can cover, that is, what their consciousness can hold. Now, say there is a third person present with a flashlight bigger than the first two, and she points it in the same direction. You can imagine what she will say to them. Well, you are right, to the first person. And to the second person, she will say you are also right. He missed those ones right next to this and that. And with a smile, she will add that there is so much more going on that you guys are not seeing. In fact, depending on how big a flashlight is, that is, our consciousness, she can also see the relationships between the things the other two only just saw. Using the flashlight analogy, we can see how differences in truth can also occur if their flashlight were pointed at different directions. This is what is happening in our world with religion. They have their flashlight pointed in different directions of the whole, seeing what they see, which is true as we have discussed. Their mistake arises from thinking that they are perceiving the whole truth instead of a mere relative part of it. To conclude this post, we need to recognize people's truths and understand that it stems from their model of the world and their level of consciousness. No one person can see the whole picture, but if we, the collective individuals, work as one, we would be able to coalesce our truths and obtain knowledge of higher truths. If you want to start expanding your consciousness and obtain higher truths from today, move away from your either-or mentality and start entertaining the idea of both and. You will see your horizon start to expand. Be like a sage, like it is said in the Tao Te Ching. They live in apparent duality and paradoxical unity. They recognize the relationship between the two ends of the pole of duality and identify with none. Lastly, no one can tell you the truth. They can only tell you their truth. We have to find our own truth, and the only place we can get our truth is from within. Thank you for joining me on the Pathless Way. I hope that you found value in the insight and perspective shared on this channel. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring the Pathless Way. Thank you.